lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Esports Broadcasting Network live from Indianapolis, Indiana for the Ghost Cup Series presented by the Fort Worth Screen Printing Company. Hi, my name is Angel Santiago, as everybody knows, our usual here on Wednesday nights, and I've got myself a guest star tonight, Mr. Greg McConey. Greg, how are we doing today?
I'm doing all right. Ready to see some good racing here at Indianapolis.
Oh, I'm excited. We got Indianapolis, obviously, such a historic racetrack. It's a fun one, really. I mean, very challenging, even with all four corners being the same. You really got to take each corner with a different approach, which makes this so much fun to watch. As you see a car going by there on our screen as they are about halfway done with their qualifying session for tonight's race. We're gonna go ahead and go over some of the race info for the 11th race in the Ghost Cup Series for this week. Oh, and my apologies, I have a incorrect logo up there. We'll fix that for later. Aside from that, of course, it is Indianapolis Motor Speedway, 2.5 mile racetrack. Track temps at 100 degrees, though. It's going to be a little warm for tonight's race.
Yeah, it will, and that's certainly going to play a part in how much these cars are going to be sliding around. The other thing to take note of is going to be that wind. It's kind of bouncing between 4 and 7 miles an hour between the west and southwest, so that's really going to get these cars loose and make them real twitchy.
Yeah, that's something that's going to be extremely exciting to see how these cars are going to react around each other. I mean, it's going to be a lot of aero push, I'd say. You can get really, really tight behind another driver, and getting tight at a track like this just kills you on these long stretches that we do have.
Oh, yeah. It helps you a ton on the straightaway once you're able to kind of really build the speed and get up to the guy's rear bumper. But you need as much clean air as you can get on the front of that car when you go into these corners, especially 1 and 3 with how much speed you're carrying. These guys are gonna be going in around 200 miles an hour. If you're in a draft, if you're solo, you're going probably about $195, I'll say. And when you really get in there and start pushing to behind another car into that corner entry, it gets you so tight. And even by yourself, I ran a few laps here. It's a tight entry and a loose exit to each of these corners, which is really going to make this car a handful for the drivers here tonight.
Well, I mean, I think you hit it right on the point there. Oh, look at that. You actually, in the background, just noticed you can see Lucas Oil Stadium back there in the scenic view.
There it is.
Oh, I do love that. As a Colts fan, that's especially awesome for me. Nonetheless, we're talking, as you mentioned, $195. Currently, the fastest speed somebody's hit going into one of these turns 1 or 3 is 192 currently in qualifying alone. So you're definitely going to be seeing speeds well over 200 miles per hour going into turns 1 or 3. And I think that's what makes it so much fun. And I think that could be the reason why somebody loses or wins this race. Timing that last corner, or really this last set of corners correctly.
Oh, absolutely. You're all night going to be watching guys trying to figure out when is the right time to make the pass, when is the right time to just sit and ride. Early on in this race, if you're near the back, you're going to get such a huge draft. You'll really actually be able to save some fuel on these straightaways, because if you're riding behind somebody and you're not attempting to go and make the move, you can honestly ride 3/4 throttle, save a bunch of fuel, and you're good to go.
Well,
so that's definitely going to play a part.
I love that you mentioned that, because before the race, getting a chance to talk to some of the drivers and letting us, some thinking that this might end up becoming a fuel mileage race. So that's going to be something interesting to see. How can the drivers get up there and save fuel? You want to be running up front, but you're going to be spending more fuel, as you mentioned. Being the guy cutting through the air, I know, still not quite a super speedway in that sense, but still a lot of power going down here. And trying to save fuel and really save the tires. I mean, you're going to be using up this right front tire a ton with how much braking you got to do getting into these very, very tight corners.
Oh, yeah, and you'll see a couple guys as we get going into the race. Some guys are, like you said, they're going to be braking on the entry into 1 and 3. You'll see other guys coasting it, back the corner up more, let the car try and roll the center better. By letting off the gas, you're going to save a little bit of fuel. If you're talking over a 40-lap run, it may get you a lap or two.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the fun part to see how much you can really be able to save. I mean, and just trying to, tires and fuel. But aside from that, cut that conversation a little short, only because we do have to get our national anthem here before we get our opening invocation. And of course, as always, those joining us on YouTube and Facebook and our comments, thank you so much. And as always, be sure to let us know who you're rooting for. Noah Owens rooting, of course, for his team, Blue Motorsports. They've been having a pretty good start to the season. Nonetheless, without further ado, let's go ahead and get our national anthem in.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the
always fantastic to get our evenings on Wednesday nights started with the national anthem. And now, as always, we're going to go ahead and bring in our resident pastor, Zach Woods, so that he can give our starting invocation. Zach, this is Angel and Greg here in the ESBN broadcast booth. Buddy, go ahead and do your thing.
All right, let's pray. Almighty God, I thank you for the opportunity to connect with folks from, very far away as we connect with each other through iRacing. Lord, we pray tonight that we have a fruitful and beneficial time where we race clean, race with patience, Lord. We can't do this the right way without your help. So, we pray that everything we do tonight glorifies you and honors you. We pray this in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Zach, as always, much appreciated. Good luck tonight, buddy. Have fun.
All right, thank you.
All right, Zach Woods, as always, giving us our starting invocation, one of my favorite things to look forward to on Wednesday nights. We're going to go ahead and quickly go over our starting grid for tonight's race. I know we're running a little bit behind here, and maybe not the best view of this. Nonetheless, Robert Lawrence is going to be starting on pole for everybody today. Starting next to him on the outside of the front row is Brock Whitehead. Chris Wheeler in third. Alfred Denny's in fourth. In the third row goes to Jeffrey Vickery, Christian Roos. Row number 4 to Trey Whitehead along with Daniel Miglin. Kyle Spees is alongside Wally Babb for row number 5. And I will let you have the next set here.
Row number 6, we got Jonathan Leach with the outside with Bryce Cobbler, Wes Fuller, 13th place with Kyle Gartner in 14th, Vernon Reese in 15th, Joe David in 16th, 17th Mike Corvo with 18th David Modspaw, 19th Charles Whitehead, and 20th is Zachary Woods.
And 21st belongs to Nicholas Panico. Christopher Tate starting alongside with him, not putting down a qualifying lap. One of our fast guys. Kind of interesting to see how to take for him to get to the field. Dylan McDonald as well, and Mark Gonzalez. A couple fast guys starting out back here. That's row number 12. We'll go ahead and row number 13 belongs to Ricky Gonzalez, and Chris Hupka is on the race setup today, but I don't believe he will be racing. He said he's not going to make it tonight. And then Rod Gardner will be starting in the back as well. So get ready for some exciting racing here. Question is, we got about 20 some odd drivers out here tonight. 24, 25, about that. I do expect in this 80 laps, we're going to have a good chunk of green flag racing. Might see a caution or two here at the start. Everybody kind of getting used to racing side by side. So difficult to do at a track like this where really it's so one lane dominant.
It is. That inside line here is especially dominant on corner entries in 1 and 3. In 2 and 4, you can get away a little bit with moving up a half a lane or so, but that preferred line, like you said, is definitely down on the apron as that pace car pulls off.
Pace cars off down pit lane, getting ready to start the first of 200 miles here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We are going to be green flag racing now from the Ghost Cup Series. Robert Lawrence is on pole with Brock Whitehead to his outside. How aggressive can Whitehead be on his outside to try to gain a spot? Great restart for the both of them, but it looks like Robert Lawrence should have him clear for first, as they're side by side now right behind him.
Yeah, you see Chris Wheeler doing a great job on that inside line, trying to side draft the 31 of Brock Whitehead. He's going to get a little bit of loose here. That's going to let Whitehead get ahead a little bit, but you're going to watch Wheeler here get a great run, dive down to the inside to try and hold that preferred lane as they go into 3.
Yeah, you see Alfred Denny right behind. He's just going to stay, it looks like high here. A little surprising, maybe just trying to get a good run, but here comes Jeffrey Vickery to his inside. So it's side-by-side battling for second and for fourth at the moment, while the leader, Robert Lawrence, pulls away to a now 9/10 of a second lead here through lap 1.
Yeah, Lawrence is getting a great run to get away here, but you see Whitehead's able to get a run on the outside with some help from behind. That's really going to be the key as we got a yellow.
Oh, we do have a yellow indeed, everybody. Hold on tight.
Let's see. Trying to find it.
All right, we'll let you handle that. These drivers slow it down here, or maybe they eventually do. Here we go. They're single file now, slowing it down, trying to catch the pace car.
Oh, I just saw it. Hold on. Was it Woods, maybe?
And thank you to Titletown Sim Racing, rooting out, of course, their boys, Dylan McDonald, Wes, and Mark Gonzalez, Ricky Gonzalez as well, and Nick Biddy.
Yeah, so that incident was Panico in 3 and 4. I'm looking to see if he got a tap here, because it happened right in the middle of the corner, which is kind of an odd place. But as we look here, yeah, Panico, you see him just drifting up the track. He's got no grip, gets into the outside wall, gets a little help from the 38, and that just puts him into the wall and brings out the yellow.
Yeah, it is not pulling up for us here, everybody. Sorry about that. At least good description to show. Not sure exactly why this is being like that with us, but all is well. We'll give a chance to our race control at one point to jump in with us. The other Greg.
Yeah, that was just a set of cold tires. You saw him. He was just riding that second line up, was Panico, and just didn't get the grip that he wanted. Just kept sliding, couldn't get that car turned. Just got into the outside wall, and then just got a little love tap from behind, which put him in the wall and brought out our yellow tonight. Front end's pretty beat up on that car, but I'm pretty sure he's going to end up having to burn a fast repair here. As you see the field following the pace car down through 3 and 4, and we'll see if anybody decides to dive in.
I don't know. The problem is going to be that, as we talked about, we do expect to see some long green flag runs here, so it's going to be hard to bank on the cautions, but I think that I would try to hold off on the fast repair for now, hopefully. I see a good chunk of drivers in the second half of the field from Michael Korovu on back. It's 14th, 15th on back here, coming down pit lane.
Yeah, he's got a good chunk of damage on that right side. As long as the motor's not hurt, if he can make it to the, maybe make it to the stage break, coming here at lap 20, might work out for him. But he's certainly going to be hurting until he gets that car fixed up.
Now we'll see what he does here. Slides into his pit box. These pit boxes are actually a little harder to get into as people would imagine. This is actually rather thin pit box.
Not just the pit box, the entire pit lane is really tight. Most tracks you can get 3, maybe 4 cars going through, as they're driving down the main portion of it. But here you can get 2. If you get any more, you got cars together. And if you watch this in real life, the last time they were here, you saw that on the first pit entry, guys like Ryan Blaney and a couple other guys, there was this massive stack up on pit road that pretty much stopped half the field as guys just got collected with how tight of a pit road this is.
Yeah, I mean, and we saw just kind of that brief view of what pit road looks like. It looks like technically, yes, you could fit 3 cars side by side, but they're going to be scratching each other's doors, and the end of pit lane kind of comes like funnels almost a little bit, so it also really limits what you can do.
It does, and with the track setup that they've got, they're running the single pit entry cone. So unlike in the other setup of this track, they have a double pit entry cone, kind of where you see right on the corner there, right at the end of that white line. There's normally a cone there to indicate your commitment line. Here they don't have that. They have one single cone right at the entrance to pit lane, which is going to really mean that means you have to be at pit speed when you hit that cone. Unlike in the other version where they have 2 cones, that first one is your pit entry. The second one, which is a little bit actually inside of pit road, probably about 20, 30 yards, that's where your pit speed starts. So it's going to be interesting tonight if we get any kind of a green flag stop, making sure that these guys get to pit road speed on time. Otherwise, you got a black flag and you're going to have a long night.
Yeah, I mean, and black flag here would kill you under green flag conditions. Aside from that, interesting, if I'm not mistaken, I'm seeing our leader Robert Lawrence took the outside for this restart.
He did, and I think what's really going to help him there, Because I believe in this league, you guys can choose when to go, correct? They don't have to go on green?
I think they do have to go on green, though.
If that's the case, I mean, you're then... You see what Robert is thinking then is that Chris is going to give him that better push. You saw him give a good push when they started that first one. If you're Robert, go with the guy that's helped you out before. Never hurts to have a good dancing partner here.
Oh, of course. I mean, and Al behind him. Al's not an aggressive driver, especially, completing lap 5 of an 80-lap race. So I can see that. Al's going to take this a little lightly. He'll give up a position or two just to make sure that he's not involved in anything unnecessary.
Yeah, and that's, even though this isn't a super speedway, it races very similar to that where the draft is the key. And if you get a good dancing partner that's committed to staying with you, it's going to help you out in the long run all night.
All right, you see getting ready to go down here into down the front stretch. Robert Lawrence back ready to go green once again for the Ghost Cup Series. Coming across the line. Here it is. They are green flag racing. 5 laps complete of the 80-lap event for tonight's race. And Robert Lawrence with a hell of a restart. He'll easily clear for first. And he's going to trap Chris Wheeler on the outside a little bit there as they're going to be side by side. Oh, because Chris touches the wall.
Yeah, it's going to hurt Chris as they come down on the straightaway here. But right on that restart, like we talked about, Chris was all over the back bumper of Robert while Alfred stayed off of Brock for a little while. You see here, Chris is kind of falling back. He's not getting the help he needs with that damage. It's really going to start to hurt him for a little while.
Yeah, Trey's going to be all over the back bumper there of Alfred Denny. He's going to push him into the 3rd position. See, Al's going to push up a little bit. That's one of the things that's going to be hard to recognize. When you're getting pushed down the straightaway, your braking point's going to be vastly different than if you weren't being pushed. The speed difference is so big, and some drivers, I think, forget about that, and then you push it too hard into the corner, and you end up losing some time.
Yeah, and you saw Chris throw a big block behind him on the 21, just trying to make sure he gets in the draft and not lose all this time with that front-end damage that he's got. He'll be able to fix that up, certainly under the next yellow, but it's going to hurt him now on that straightaway speed unless he's got somebody right in front of him.
Well, that's one of the things I think you're going to see tonight. Drivers will be getting tight. These things push so much, especially off of turns 1 and 3. Getting in is hard, but pushing is off the corners real easy for them in those spots. So we'll see a couple different times tonight where some drivers might be getting into those walls. But right now it's a battle for the 6th position between Jeffrey Vickery and Daniel Miglin. Jeff is going to be able to clear him. Right now you see Trey Whitehead looking low on Alfred Denny. Nope, he peaked, decided to come back behind him.
Yeah, he just didn't have enough speed there. May have just tapped the wall a hair. Not too bad. Nothing that really would have done anything. But like you talked about, that 21 of Jeffrey Vickery and the 6th of Chris Wheeler both got killed on that entry into 3 because they drove it a little bit too far. They drifted right up the track, and that let Daniel Miglin and some of the others catch right back up and really cause some trouble here.
You see Kyle rocket speeds all over the back bumper here of the 99 of Wally Babb. Kyle, winning last week's race at Watkins Glen, said it was a little bit of a surprise for him. Decided, you know what? I want to go ahead and bring this paint scheme back one more time.
Yeah, it works for him. Last time I saw him run this paint, wasn't that the Charlotte race that I helped you out with too?
I was actually just going to mention that. He did win that one too. So he's got 2 wins under his belt with this paint scheme. I know he's loving it. So he said after last week's win, he said, yeah, I might have to bring it back. And I wouldn't count him out, running right now in 12th position, dropped 3 spots from his original starting spot. We can definitely see him moving up through the field as the race continues. But right now, he's sitting about 3.5 seconds behind the leader. As you see, the battle here is for 3rd. And I like this. You see the brothers. You see Brock Whitehead pull low down the backstretch to allow Trey to get that draft that he needed to stay alongside of Alfred Denny. But Al putting a pretty good fight here on the outside.
He did. He's able to carry a little bit more momentum, but he's going to be fighting that longer and longer because he's just burning that right front tire more. And you see right there how Trey is able to just get such a run, and Chris is going to jump down there to give him a bigger push, hopefully get him clear going into 1, but I don't think they're going to have enough time.
Yeah, it's going to be Al's going to be stuck here on the outside. Can he hold off At least, I like it. It's interesting. Look at how high out is on the track. He's like a third lane up. He's not even trying to get into that second lane. I wonder if maybe he feels like his car is better there, a little bit outside of where the rubber's laid down, or maybe he's just trying to give as much room as possible to that guy on the inside to avoid an issue.
I think it's a bit of both. As you see right behind, it's at the 21 of Vickery and the 4 of Daniel Miglin fighting it out there. Miglin got a great run on the exit of 2, and you see him take the big dive down into 3. He's going to get clear of the 21, and he's going to set his sights ahead on Chris Wheeler.
Yeah, as Chris Wheeler got his sights set on Alfred Denny right now. Those two continue to...
look at this run by
Wow.
Miglin. Miglin got a huge run with Wheeler checking up there off the back end of Alfred Denny. And you're going to see Miglin right here get the entry into... Ooh, as they almost touch. You're going to see him get the big dive here into 1. And he's going to try and get clear, and he's just clear as Chris lets him up. That was a big power move, and like we talked on how important that draft is, that was all set up on his exit out of 4 to get the back draft off of Wheeler, and then he was able to make that move as they went into 1.
Yeah, could not have said it perfectly right there. You see right now the leaders pulling away a little bit. Robert Lawrence has got a 0.4 of a second lead over Brock Whitehead, but it's another 1.5 seconds back from Brock to Trey, and then you got a line of at least 3, 4, 5 cars almost, kind of within a second of each other.
Yeah, they are. As I'm looking a little farther back, saw the 25 just tap the wall. But these guys are just right now really trying to feel out the cars. What's this thing going to do as we get longer into a run, as we got a yellow flag?
Oh, no, let's see. Let's see exactly what happened here.
Ron Gartner.
Hold on, everybody.
Ooh, that was a big hit.
Let's see here. Coming off of pit lane, I got nothing else for Gardner.
You'll see it here coming into 3.
Ah, okay.
I think this is the lap. Is this it? No, maybe it's the next lap. I think it's the next lap.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's... Hold on, everybody. Hold on.
Lap 11 coming to 12.
It's just not going to show us here. Hold on, everybody. This is just really being a pain, everybody. Hold on. We're getting there with it.
So you see him in 1 and 2. As they get going, he's going to get a good run here coming out of 2.
There it is.
He's going to get to the outside, dive back to the inside. But as they go down that backstretch, he's going to get a huge run. And it's just going to put him, he's going to have a little bit of trouble here on the outside. He dives it in a little too hard, slams on the brake to try and save that car, just drifts right up the track, gets into the outside wall. And
well, I'm glad we got you in today, because for some reason we cannot pull up anything that's happening. It seems like we're having connections issues with some of these drivers. It's not even showing them on track when these accidents happen.
Yeah, it was just he dove it in a little too hard, and you can see him really slam on the brake to try and get that car woed down. Just gets him up into the wall, gets a little bit loose, gets into the side of Whitehead. I believe that was Whitehead. Wes Fuller, actually. No, it was Whitehead. Anyway, a little bit of rear damage on Whitehead's car. Nothing too drastic. But you see a couple guys decide to come back down pit road here on lap 13. Knowing the stage breaks at lap 20, I wouldn't be surprised to see some of these guys stay out at the break and look to get some track position.
No, I can see that absolutely being a possibility. You see these drivers coming down pit lane. Chris Wheeler on board with him as he jumps onto his pit box here. Go back up here to your leaders, everybody. We will be taking ourselves a quick little commercial break brought to you by, as you see, Nicholas Panico actually getting his lap back here, so good for Nicholas. And we're going to go ahead and give everybody a quick little commercial break brought to you by one of our sponsors here on the Esports Broadcasting Network, Premier Racing Setups. right, everybody, we are back here live from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, one of the most famed speedways, if not the most famed speedway in all of motorsports, I'd say.
Yeah, it is, and NASCAR being on the Brickyard here, running that since 91, was it? I believe somewhere around there.
94 actually.
94. All right.
I'm a Jeff Gordon fan. I have to know that.
There you go. Yeah, Jeff Gordon win the inaugural Brickyard. That was a huge win for the Indiana boy. But no, NASCAR on this track has been a big staple for a long time. My personal opinion, I'm sad to see them go to the road course. I prefer them on the oval.
I agree.
But that's just me.
I feel like with this new car, we should be back on the oval to give it a shot.
I fully agree. I wish they would do it. Who knows? I know this year they're going back to the road course, and then we'll see what happens next year. I wouldn't mind seeing them go back to the traditional Brickyard route, or maybe we start seeing them alternate every year. Who knows?
Oh,
see what
that's
NASCAR comes up with.
not a bad idea either. Kind of an alternate every year, yeah.
Here in the booth, I see Greg Wood, race director, has jumped in with us. Greg, how you doing?
Doing all right, guys. How about yourself?
Hanging in there.
Doing pretty good. All right, Mr. RC.
Had to handle a little bit of drama, but nothing too bad yet. Had the 35 ramming the 28 under caution because he didn't appreciate how he was driving them during the green flag. So Mr. Fuller will be under a warning. So if he does it again, he will be black flagged.
All right, now we know where to look.
Yeah,
Keep an eye on Will Fuller in the 35.
This is the fun part about this, getting the full inside scoop for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that was, of course, our race control Greg Wood joining in with us into the booth. Didn't get a chance to jump into the first one, as he said he was just kind of handling some other admin issues. Aside from that, getting ready to go green flag racing once again. Greg, go ahead and take this one away.
As the pace car dives onto pit road, everybody's lined up 2 by 2, trying to signal the guys behind them on when they're going to go. And the green flag is out. You're going to see a big jump here by the 34 of Robert. He's going to get clear of the 31 of Brock, as Brock's got the 33 of Trey pushing him. Alfred stuck here on the outside as the 34 dives down low, gets a great run out of the corner. As you see, second place being side by side with the 33 of Trey Whitehead sitting there as well. As they come out of turn 2, Brock gets a good run down low, gets clear of Alfred, and he's going to jump down to pull the 33, the fellow Whitehead, along with him to hopefully get him clear as they dive down the long backstretch here at Indianapolis going into turn 3.
Yeah, in that last one, it looked like Trey got in a little too hot into that corner, and I think Al saw it, tried giving him as much room as possible, and that's kind of what hurt Al. Oh, the 33,
Whoa,
he's going to get low there. He's trying to pinch Al to the bottom. We do only have now what's going to be 4 laps left in this stage, so these guys are battling for stage points right now.
Yeah, they're fighting hard. As you look behind, you see this big gaggle of cars. The 25 is the 54, gets a little bit of a checkup there. 27 on the outside, or 21 of Jeffrey Vickery, gets to the outside of Alfred Denny. As they look 3 wide, does Cobbler, decides better of it. As you're going to see the 54 here get a great run down low and try and carry that momentum once again down the backstretch, but he's got no help, and that's going to hurt him, and you're going to see him fall back a little bit here as Miglin gets a good run coming on the outside. He's going to hold this outside lane. Really? Oh, is he going to get to the wall? What a stop. That was huge.
He'll tag it, but it could have been a whole lot worse there for Miglin. That's crisis averted right there.
It is. That was a big save that he had. As you see, the 36, Kyle Spees, we talked on it before. Lucky paint scheme. Not saying racers are...
we're all superstitious.
No, we're not superstitious in the slightest. No. But Spees gets a good run here. He's going to look to the inside of the 99 of Wally Babb. He's going to get the good run. Alfred is stuck up on that outside with the 25 of Cobbler there. As here comes the train on the outside.
Yeah, this will help Al.
It will. It'll help Al a lot. It's going to really hurt Bryce, but he's going to get some good push here from the 4. as they're still side by side trying to figure this thing out. 3 wide. Oh, they're right there.
Oh my goodness, that's Bryce. You know what? I think we've been saying it wrong. I think he's the one who told me it's Kobler. So
Kobler?
I think yes. So
Then
I've been
I
saying it wrong
apologize, Bryce.
for a while. No, I said it wrong for like 6-7 races. Until he finally sent me a message.
Get it right.
No, having a great race there. It's a great battle here on back. I mean, leaders are still kind of got a little bit of a battle for second right now, but a wild battle here for 6 on back as Alfred Denny trying to hold off the likes of Wally Babb, Bryce Kobler, Kyle Rocket Speeds, Chris Wheeler. Look at this.
Oh, the 2 got a shot.
Wow. Here comes Kyle Rocket Speeds now through there. It must have been contact. Oh, a hard shot. Look at heavy damage to the back end of that car.
Yeah, and I think that was all from Wally Babb getting into the back of him. And you can see there's damage on the front end of the 2, too. So he either got the wall, and he definitely got into the front end of somebody, and that just checked up the whole field behind. As here comes the 4 of Miglin trying to get to the outside of Wally. Oh, Wally slams the door on him as they race back down the front.
Yep, this will be the end of the stage right here. Here it is. Caution's out.
Now, as we talked, that was Wally Babb that holds off 10th place from Miglin to, I believe, score that stage point. It's top 10, correct?
Correct, yes. Top 10. I want to try to see what exactly happens here. I don't know if this will give us the view we're looking for. Oh, here we go. Just a little further back is all we got to go. Hold on, everybody. Hold on just a moment.
Oh, he got the wall hard.
Oh, hard hit. Yeah, I don't think Wally Babb had nowhere to go at that point.
No, he didn't. And we talked all night on that right front and how hard it's going to be to keep that tire cool and keep the tire wear low on it. And Alfred Denny is going to be certainly looking to get that fixed, but
yeah, it doesn't look too terrible for him. It's a decent hit. I don't think it's too horrible, though. I don't think you need a fast repair just yet for it.
No, I would be pit farming that right now. Once again, you're 21 laps in, under caution here, as you see these guys catching up to the back of the pace car, getting ready. I expect to wholeheartedly see the field come in and get some tires here, get some fresh fuel in this thing, fix up whatever damage they got, and get ready for the second stage.
Yeah, first stage went by, pretty quickly, even with caution the 2 kind of involved in there. That's the beauty about this racetrack, man. You're going so fast, and you just constantly carrying so much speed, even with this, how slow you got to get down to. Laps here, they can ping off pretty quickly, and next thing you know, you're kind of nearing the end of this race, and if you haven't gotten your strategy right, it's too late at that point.
Yeah, it is. As RC joins us back in the booth, how you doing?
Doing all right. Give you the stage finish results. First place being the 34, and then 31, 21, 54, 33, 36, 6, 25, 2, and 99.
There you go. Alrighty. Well, thank you very much, Mr. RC tonight. So we have 2 Gregs talking here. It looks like we're going to have Jonathan Leach, the boss man. He's going to stay out and lead himself a lap, and he's going to have Mark Gonzalez stay out with him as well. And the other car you saw there was a 39 of Ron Gardner. It looks like he is the lucky dog getting his lap back here. So interesting decision to have 2 cars not pitting here.
Yeah, they only have 8 laps on their tires. They pitted under that last caution. I think they've got plenty of fuel to make it to the end of the stage. Question is, how careful were they under those green flag laps to not do a lot of damage? Because right now you're trying to hold those tires and you're banking that you've got them as close to pristine as you can get them. You've just got a little extra heat than the rest of the field, which with this new tire model that iRacing has, that little bit of heat will do a lot, and that'll really help you early on with some grip versus cars that have cold tires on them.
And speaking of it, it's like Chris Wheeler's actually going to win that race off of pit road, beating out Robert Lawrence. So interesting to see how that's going to work out for Chris Wheeler. He's been fast, Haven't quite seen exactly what he can do just yet. Every week, Chris is one of those guys who's been really fast, and I think sometime soon he's gonna get that monkey off his back here with us.
Yeah, I think he didn't even take tires. He just took a splash of fuel.
Oh, there you go. That's how you win a race off pit road.
Yep. Which is, that's a smart move. That the damage he's got looks to be pretty fixed up. I don't see much there anymore after he got into the wall early, but
yeah, and he may have used a set of tires accidentally on that first one, maybe just trying to not use it again now.
Yeah, that's the key. These guys have 5 sets of tires here tonight. And I'll be honest, I'm looking at Chris Wheeler's car, and I love the paint on that thing. It's an old throwback to the old GTs and the old I'm pulling a blank, and I'm feeling like a horrible car guy. Shelby.
Yes.
Darryl Shelby, Le Mans cars.
Beauty, this car, you're right. I've loved it all season long, and I'm a Ford guy, so that kind of makes me love it even more. But, trying to keep my, too many of my personal opinions to myself, at least, because that's really beautiful. You're right.
Oh, yeah, and doing paints, I do paints for iRacing in my free time, and that's just a gorgeous ride. That's one I can really appreciate the time and effort that somebody put into making sure all of those little lines and all of the fenders and everything line up, and that is an absolutely beautiful car. There's a lot of good-looking cars here tonight as you look back on this field.
They got a lot of great-looking cars, you're right.
They do. These guys, wherever they get their paints, they do a fantastic job.
Well, it's funny. The other gentleman, Greg, that comes in with us, our race control, he actually is a painter as well. And I do believe some of the cars in the field are his, actually.
Very cool. Yeah, they are beautiful here tonight. As these guys are getting ready, line double wide, back up as they come out of turn 4.
Of course,
as we get ready to start stage 2. Let's see what happens.
I'm a little more biased with our boss man here with the ESBN paint scheme here, getting ready to go green flag racing. I love this view, though, right up behind him almost.
Yeah, it's a great shot. We're really going to see guys get to the back bumper and see who's going to push.
And here it is. He's green. You see, it's a little loose, though, on that. As soon as he goes green, we'll stay right on him. See how, look at this. Mark Gonzalez with a great run on the outside. Anybody going to get to the back bumper here? Not quite. Nothing different here. He's all the way down to the bottom, getting those left sides. Oh, he's loose. A little bit too much there on the white line. That'll be a little bit too aggressive, and that might cost him the lead right now as Mark Gonzalez looking to take it on the outside. Both pushing high, though. Can they keep it? They will.
As we go 3 wide down the backstretch, 4 wide. Oh, no, boys. Be careful. As Wheeler and Robert jump in there and get past both of them. Robert takes that high line into 3. Chris down on the bottom as they were 3 wide entering the corner with the 54 of Tate, who has a great run as they come into 4. Decides to stay right behind Chris and see what he could do as they come down this long front straightaway here, down to the Yard of Bricks.
Oh, something happened there to Jonathan Leach. No, he lost it there off of turn number 4. No caution, though, going to come out for him.
No, he's stuck in the pits right now. He got it rolling again. Doesn't look like any damage on that car, but as we see this fight side by side up at the front.
Yeah, Robert Lawrence with that fresh set of field goods, as we call him, coming off of turn 2. He will have Chris Wheeler clear. Chris a little loose there off of turn 2. This invites the other Christopher Tate, to go to his bottom side, and looks like Brock Whitehead's going to try to follow. He's going to have to fall in line here along with Trey Whitehead, his brother, right behind him.
Yes, he will, as we have Greg Wood in the booth again. What do we got?
Oh, somebody got caught. Your boss man got caught.
Oh, no.
Yep, pace speed 75. Once the pace car ducked, he went up to 85 before the green flag, so he had to serve a pass through.
Oof.
Oh, that's what that was.
Well, that would explain why he dove down to the bottom.
Yep, he dove to the bottom to serve his penalty. Rule is plus or minus 4 mile an hour. He decided to go 10 over, so he got caught speeding on the restart.
Ooh, yeah, and he's still sitting in his box right now. It's gone 1 lap down.
Up, caution, caution, caution.
All right. Caution's out. Let's see who it might be. Looks like Zachary Woods and Mike Horvo We're stuck sitting there in the middle of 1 and 2.
Oh, I'm telling you, I don't know what is going on with this today. We can't get a view of anybody today, of any of these wrecks.
Oh, that was just the 82 of
Oh, he
Corvo
got
got loose, yeah. He just got loose coming out of 2 and just got right into the door of Zachary Woods and shot them both to the inside.
Yeah, nothing, of course, Woods could have done there. He gave him plenty of room down. You know, he's about a lane and a half down, but regardless, once you lose control of that thing, it's going around. You can't do anything about it.
Yeah, and you see these cars do have that the bigger rear spoiler, but even with that, it's tough to get these things woed down once they're already sideways. That's when trouble really starts.
What just happened? My computer decided to lose itself a little bit there, so sorry about that, everybody. All right, we're back ready to go. Don't worry about that. Oh, and Sue, Grandma Sue, thank you for joining in, and of course, as always, rooting on her grandson Kyle Rocket Speeds. Hopefully, getting to see his win last week and his success then.
I'm not going to give that to anybody.
Oh, we got the nice admin in the booth tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure. Unless
For
it's
now.
blatant, I can't give EOLs anymore. But if I was able to, then the 82 would definitely would have got it. I don't know why he exited so low off the turn, but
Yeah, we were actually just talking about that. See, what happens, Greg, is that Mr. RC here is fresh off of a championship on Monday night, so he's feeling a little good, I think is what it is.
There you go. That always helps and makes everybody else's life a little better when RC's in a good mood.
just a little bit. I mean, I got enough money to fill up my truck full of fuel, so.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other story. That's one thing I'm glad we don't have to pay for fuel or tires when we run here on iRacing. That's a blessing.
Gosh. Could you imagine?
Oh, we would be in so much trouble. So many people would be in trouble.
I wouldn't be racing no more. I'd just be broadcasting. That's all I'd be doing.
Yeah, I'd be using broadcasting to pay to get a couple gallons of fuel. Just go jump in other league races for run 20 laps and I'm out of fuel again.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. What?
I mean, let alone fuel and tires. I mean, damage.
Oh, I was having a conversation with somebody the other night actually about that. I think it would be kind of fun. It'd be a horrible idea, but you had a certain class of races, I guess you could call it, where you had to pay to fix your car and pay for tires and such like that. But based on how you raced, similar to real life, how you finished in a race would get you an in-game purse. And you would have to use that money to buy new tires, pay to fix the car, stuff like that. I think that'd be fun.
Actually, it would be.
Greg, want to make KMM interesting next season?
Say again?
What's that?
I said, do you want to make KMM interesting next season?
I'm down.
Boy.
I'd love to see that. I say that now, and yet I'd hate to be behind the wheel when you get caught in a normal fixed race that ends up in disaster on lap 5. But
I think
some sort of a mode like that would be cool.
Greg would immediately say, "I am no longer going to be I do not want to be a team owner next season."
Yeah,
I'll be a team owner. I'll just. So see, you gotta think, if the guy wrecks you, or if you just get caught in somebody else's mess, that team's got to pay to fix your car.
Ooh. Well, but then you got iRacing making calls on who caused what incidents.
Oh no, we're gonna have an RC.
Yeah, it'd be for our league. It'd be for our league.
Ooh, that'd be fun. That would be cool.
looks like I got some
anybody
work to do.
on iRacing that's listening, because we know you guys are still featured off the portal, right?
Yes.
There we go. Hey, anybody on iRacing that's watching, the name's Greg McConey, and we got Angel in the booth, and Greg Wood, Angel Santiago. We think this would be a brilliant idea.
We don't need the credit. We just want it to happen.
Yes, yes. If it fails, our names are Bob, Jimmy Bob, and Joe Thornton.
I got a couple
That'll
names. All right.
We were never here. We never said a thing.
Oh, boy. Well, Greg, we appreciate you jumping in with us, having a little bit of a laugh. We'll see you here in about 10 more laps.
Yes, sir.
Mentioning those 10 laps, so we do have 10 laps until the stage end here. So, and you see the lights are off on that pace car, that beautiful Ford Mustang pace cars. Another Ford Mustang's going to be leading him to green. Robert Lawrence decided to take the inside this time around.
He is. He's going to have Brock Whitehead right behind him. We know Brock's been strong on these runs, especially these short runs.
Well,
see Christopher Tate on the outside with Trey Whitehead. It would be interesting seeing the two Whiteheads and how they want to work together.
Well, Christopher Tate, being a newer driver into this league, he's been absolutely fast as can be, winning races here. I think this is a decision for Robert not to give him the inside. Green flag racing once again, but Christopher Tate with a fantastic restart. That's why Robert did not give him the inside. He knew he was going to have too good of a run. How deep can Robert drive it in here to turn number 1 to clear him?
He's going to drive it all the way through 1 and 2, get a great run here on the exit as they go side by side back into turn 2. Robert's going to get a good run, but man, Chris is able to hold that outside line. As you see Robert get a little bit squirrely.
Oh, look at that!
Little touch, got a little too close with that draft. As you see now, there's a perfect side draft as he's going to dive back into 3, and Chris backs up, gives him the position.
Tate said, yeah, with that side drafting, go ahead and take it back. I don't want it right now anyways.
We'll see if he gives him a little tap here. As you saw him back up his entry into 4 to kind of get a straighter run off. He's going to have a good run here behind the draft, and it looks like he's just going to try and get to the outside. Oh, what a move. As you see, Robert throws a block and gets hooked.
Wow. They're going to
wreck
Big time wrecking there into turn number 1. Massive wreck. Oh, the 6 is upside down. He's flipping everywhere.
He's still flipping.
Oh, my goodness.
Huge wreck.
And I did not. I was not going to bring it up, but I feel like I have to now. A certain 2 drivers were not happy with each other last week, and if I'm not mistaken, it was Robert Lawrence and Christopher Tate with each other.
Yeah, you saw them fighting hard, and you really saw Robert throw a huge block.
Oh my goodness.
That was one of those, I'm not letting you by. I know what you're going to do. You're going to try and get to my outside. I'm going to slam you, block up to the wall to not give you a lane. And watch him dive low as we
it might help if I
have
click
the replay pulled
if
up.
I click the right one. Here we go, everybody. Broadcaster's a little tired today. Oh, you know what? It's a little too early.
Back it up a hair.
I try not to back it up, but this is honestly the perfect moment. We're going to jump on, let's see.
We got the chopper cam.
That's exactly what I'm going to look for right now. Here's our chopper cam here. Let's back it up just a little bit more. Oh, yeah, you see he throws the block. I mean, they're all coming with a big run. Yeah, the 54 kind of made the last minute move. 34 made the block there, and then it's hard to say really who you can blame at that point. The 34 not giving enough room, with the 54 too aggressive going into there.
Yeah, those guys were just both dead set on, I'm going to hold the lead as we go into the corner. Either you back out or we're both going around, and took out a couple innocent bystanders there in the 6 of Chris.
Yeah, we're going to jump on board here with the 6 car.
Do we have a GoPro or the in-car cam?
We do. Once I actually find it. Here you go. Okay, so there's nothing but smoke in front of him here. This is where the contact happens.
Yeah, he just has nowhere to go. Can't see a thing, and hang on tight, folks. Hopefully he's not in VR. Otherwise, you might be sitting on the floor right now trying to get his feet back under him.
Yeah, I would be too. Wow. Chaos ensued there. Wow. And I'm gonna say it just like this. That definitely carried over from last week, and Mr. RC is here with us. I'm excited to hear what we got here.
54 to the back.
Ooh, okay.
What's the What was the thing that gave that away?
Him dive bombing into one and braking way too late. He had no chance of making that turn.
All right.
I watched it from his lap. So I guess he was a little mad that he got blocked by the 34, and he sent her in there.
Now, my question, just because I am nosy, did we have anything said over the radio?
Zilch.
Oh.
Zilch from the two people that caused it. Other people were not very happy.
I can see that.
I see that.
The 6 was rolling quite a bit. I don't think I've ever seen a roll like that here at Indianapolis.
And plenty of people were pulling over to change their underwear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have been too. We were talking about, luckily, I don't think Chris Wheeler's in VR because, as Greg said, he might have to just sit down and think about what just happened and let his mind come back into it.
So if you guys are planning to stock markets, Fruit of the Loom and Hanes are about to go up. So go ahead and purchase.
Well, yeah, you're going to have to go with an affordable brand because if we talk about how much it was going to cost to fix those cars, it's going to be a whole lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, alrighty. Appreciate that, Greg. We will see you here in probably about another 5 laps.
See you later.
And as a reminder for everybody, if we do have a caution 5 laps within the stage end, that will be the stage end. So, could be somewhere. We should be going green somewhere in the next lap or two. We'll see what the pace lights do. The pace lights are off, so we'll be going green here.
Yeah, gonna have 6 at the line. It's gonna make for some good hard racing here as things get going.
Actually, we're gonna have 5 at the line. Sorry about that, Greg. This one's a little bit different. It's right at the right as they come to the line at lap 20. Yes.
Got it. Well then, everybody take the dial for the intensity. That was sitting on 4. We've just clicked it up to 5, and let's see what's gonna happen here.
I think this would be a perfect time. I know we love to have a chance to talk about this, but I think it's a perfect time to give these fans a turn it up session, as these guys are going to be probably 3 wide.
Oh, absolutely. This will be a great time to do it.
We'll go over the 2 that are going to benefit the most from this is Brock and Trey Whitehead. I thought they might have gotten damage from that, but both cars look pretty clean. They did not come down pit lane that last time around. So the brothers of Brock and Trey are going to luck out in this, going to take the lead or inherit the lead here. Jeffrey Vickery in 3rd, and Dylan McDonald, so far your biggest mover of the race, up 19 spots from his original starting position, from 23rd into 4th. Daniel Miglin in 5th. Kyle Rocket Speeds in 6th. David Modestball running up there in the 7th position. Nice recovery for him so far. Vernon Reese as well in 8th, and looks like Christian Roos back there in the 9th position.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one here, as Joe David in 10th, Kyle Gartner 11th, Charles Whitehead 12th, 13th Wally Babb, 14th Alfred Denny, and 15th is Robert. So let's see what happens here. Everybody get ready, crank the volume up, and enjoy this restart.
All right, we're going to bring ourselves back in here into the broadcast. Nice. I love to see the views that we get coming off of these turns and seeing just how flat this track really is. I think some people forget. I mean, you got this nice little banking, but, man, it is so flat. It makes it so tough to make a solid corner each and every time through here.
It is. With these big, heavy stock cars, it's really it really makes you play the throttle, the brake. You know, you're using every tool in the book to get this heavy stock car to slide around these corners. As you see, too wide there for fourth place between Vickery and McDonald.
Yeah, you see McDonald, I think, just didn't get through that last turn very well and allowed Vickery to get up next to him. Oh, McDonald almost contact there with the wall as they come off of what looked like, not sure which turn that was.
Turn one.
Turn one,
Oh, turn two.
Nice.
Got it again.
He's wheeling and dealing that thing right now. Looks like they were single file through most of the field.
You see Kyle Spees gets a good run, diving into 3 here on the inside of McDonald. Spees really rotates the center of that corner well as he gets through up to fourth place for last week's winner, Kyle Spees.
Kind of catch the leaders. Right now it's a three-way battle, three-way breakaway really for the lead between the Whiteheads of Trey and Brock and Jeffrey Vickery here in third. It'll be tough for Vickery to find his way around the Whiteheads. You know they're going to be able to work together, and the drafting will be so important. So if you're Vickery, do you try to get up there and make these passes, or do you just take third place and don't give a chance for some of those guys behind you to catch up while you're battling side by side?
Well, I'm watching Trey is really sliding the rear end of that car around as you see them do the well-known Indy snake here. But if I'm Vickery, I'm going to try and set up, back up the entry on either 2 or 4. I'm going to at least, you got to give it a shot. Worst case, you see Spees is what? A second or so behind you. You've got time that you're not going to fall that far back to him. As we've got 1 lap to go here as they come to lap 39 of 80. And you see Vickery really get a good run. He's going to back up the entry here. Roll through the center nice. I think he's a little too far away from Whitehead right now. I think his next best shot's going to be going into 3. As he holds that a little bit higher line. Gets a good run. Oh, almost gets the wall there. You're going to see him dive down, follow the 31. Great run here, but I don't think he's going to get to him in time. So you got to see what's going to happen. I think at this point, I don't know if he's got enough to make a move without putting himself in danger. And right now, you do not want to damage that car. You want to keep this thing as pristine as you can for this last segment coming up.
Here it is, coming off of turn number 4. Trey Whitehead looking to win himself another stage so far this season. Barack Whitehead will follow right behind in second. Jeffrey Vickery in third. Kyle Spees in fourth, making his way up to the field. And then Dylan McDonald going to round out your top 5 for this stage.
6th place, Christian Ruse. 7th place, Daniel Miglin. Kyle Gartner takes home 8th. David Modspaw in 9th. And Wally Babb, once again, takes home 10th place.
Good job there for Modspaw. He's just been a man of just unlucky proportions all season long. He just keeps getting caught up in so many things, completely out of his own doing. Getting himself some stage points today, moving up 9 spots from his starting position. It's been a great recovery for him so far.
Yeah, he's been doing real well here tonight. And, when you get in that bad slump of finishes or wrecks or whatever it may be, you start taking any positive you get, and you just start building more and more, and the next thing you know, you're back on the winning ways and back getting those big top 3 podium finishes. So if he can keep it going, he's in 9th place right now, get a good pit stop, and, who knows where he'll be in the next 40 laps.
I see the leaders catching the pace car here off of turn number 1. Right now, we've got 20 drivers currently on the lead lap. I do believe Ron Gardner could be the lucky dog, giving him one of his lap backs, putting 21 drivers on the lead lap. You see Chris Wheeler still 1 lap down. He's going to be hoping to make his way back up there as well. Going to need a caution to help himself. We have 40 laps to go, and there are no more stage breaks. So we could very much run this final 40 laps caution-free, which will mean we would also have to require a green flag pit stop.
Yeah, I think with that green flag pit stop, it'll be a splash and go. But we talked about coming before Jonathan Leach, the boss man of ESBN, being stuck one lap down. If you look right now, he's sitting in 16th place, back on the lead lap. He's still got a fast car. He's going to be somebody to contend with if he can keep this thing going. And like you said, Wheeler, he's only one lap down. Ron Gartner should be getting the wave around, which would then mean Wheeler will be the next man up, with Mike Corvo being 2 laps down. You're going to see right now, who is that just stayed out? Was that Mark Gonzalez? Yes, it was. Mark Gonzalez decides to stay out.
Yeah, he stayed out.
Not a bad move.
Yeah, he stayed out the last stage break as well. Last pitted on lap 27, so we're going to have about 10 lap older tires, green flag wise at least.
He is, but we saw, well, aside from Jonathan Leach getting that penalty, he was actually able to be all right for a few laps. Or for the lap that we saw, he was able to kind of hold off those guys behind him. If you're Gonzalez, right now, if you've got the feeling that there's either going to be another quick yellow or you're going to need to pit here, I don't see any harm in doing this. You got 40 laps, you're in a good spot, and we'll see what happens.
All right, Mr. RC, what do we got here for us?
Yeah. I remembered I didn't tell you the stage results for the first stage, so I want to go through both of them. For stage 1, it goes as follows: 34, 31, 21, 54, 33, 36, 6, 25, 2, and 99. And I just realized as I was saying that I did do this.
You're good. I wasn't.
We were just going to let you do your thing.
Stage 2, 33, 31, 21, 36, 38, 14, 4, 49, 1, and the 24 by about a foot beat the 99.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
About a foot. Every race I make one camera dedicated to the start-finish line, and I go super slow-mo, and he beat him probably about a foot.
Wow.
Man. So you see the 24 is going to dive it in of Mark Gonzalez. Get out, lead your lap.
Yeah, absolutely. Go and get some bonus points at the very least. One can never complain. As see this fantastic camera view here, we get to see the beautiful race cars coming across the start finish line here at a very famed racetrack.
But as we talked about too, both Mike Corvo and Chris Wheeler took the wave around with Mark going into pit. That's going to put Wheeler back on the lead lap, and now Mike Corvo is the only one lap down. Wheeler's got 6 laps on his tires. Corvo's got 8. I think these guys will be able to hold around. Oh, yeah, they'll be able to hang around. They're going to be hoping for a semi-quick yellow, probably about 10 laps in or so would be ideal for them. Lets them burn off what they've got. Shouldn't put them in a position where they'd have to end up going a lap down. And then they come in with everybody else, take a set of tires, and keep going to the end.
Yeah, they would definitely be able to. I think we were talking about 25 to 26 laps, I think is what some of the drivers said beforehand for a fuel run today.
That's right. You guys, yeah, it's 75% fuel in these things. So yeah, somewhere in that 25 to 28, I'd say is a safe bet.
Yeah, well, that just means that we go green here. We will not have anybody that. Well, I don't think anybody can save 5 laps under green flag racing at Indianapolis. So.
Well, no, and even still, this is a 40-lap run that you're going to have here. So I'd be looking for guys probably coming in, somewhere about lap 58 to 60. I'd say somewhere in there, maybe around 60 to 63. You're going to see some guys dive in early, and some guys are going to run it as long as they can. All depends how you feel on your tires. It's a pace car, dives off back onto pit road.
Go ahead. Have at it, Greg.
We got Brock Whitehead and Kyle Spees lined in this front row with Trey Whitehead and Jeffrey Vickery as the green flag is back out and they go racing hard. You see the 33 of Trey Whitehead gives a great bump to his brother Brock. Really tries to get Brock as Brock gets clear going into 1. Trey's going to follow him as Kyle Spees pinches him down, tries to get that side draft to stay even, and he's going to. He's going to get a great run here coming out of 2. Now it's going to be Trey having to side draft, and it's not going to be enough. You see Trey dive up in line. Brock gets up in line, and Kyle Spees sits in second place. As here comes Vickery, making a great pass with help of the 38, down onto the inside, going into 3. These guys are fighting for everything they can right now on these fresh tires.
Yeah, oh, the 21's loose there off of that turn, right? It's going to leave Dylan McDonald still the opportunity to get back past him on the outside. Can he do so? And he will.
Yep,
McDonald's got
clear.
a great run, and here comes Christopher Tate along with them. Tate's made his way back up here to the front.
Yeah, he's doing a great job here. As you see, this front 5, front 8 now, pretty much everybody's filed back into single file, all the way back to about 13th place or so. As a 99 gets a great run underneath the 1 of Modspa, coming at it 2, and they are side by side, 2 rows deep. As Modspa gets a great run on the outside, now it's up to Alfred Denny. He's fighting with Kyle Gartner, all right behind Wally Babb as they go back down this long back straightaway.
We see, looks like there's a battle here. Vernon Reese alongside the boss man Jonathan Leach here in the side-by-side, 9th and 10th. Vernon will take that position away from Jonathan. As you see Kyle Gardner now under Wally Babb. Looks like he'll slip up a little bit. Alfred Denny's going to have a nice run to the outside. He's going to dive under him here with a big run.
Yeah, they're putting on huge runs. You're really seeing the guys that know how to rotate the center of these corners really get the advantage as they come onto these straightaways. Yeah, and even up front, you're seeing 2 wide as Kyle Spees.
Oh, there's contact behind. There goes Motorsport, Jonathan Leach. Massive wreck there behind him.
Yeah, there's a good 7 cars involved in that. Those guys are still slow down. Oh, man. Those guys were not slowing down as they were coming out of 2, or coming into 2, where everybody was sitting sideways on the track. That could have been a lot worse. But yeah, there's a good 6 cars involved, 7 cars right now that are going to be sitting with damage. So let's go back and see what happens here.
All right, we're going to jump on board here. This is not, we're not on board, but let's see. Different view. Where's my chopper view? Here we go. Okay, it looks like, there's already contact here. The 86 and the 1. I know if the 86 was coming down, the 1 slips up a little bit maybe. I think the 1, 2 guys going for the same spot, and oh, there goes Alfred Denny. Heavy contact. He'll be happy he saved his fast repair. The 35, big contact there as well.
Oof. Yeah, a lot of big contact here. That was the 1 and the 86 fighting. The 1 got a great run about 3/4 of the way down the straightaway, tried to dive inside. They had it for a little bit, and then the 1 just kind of drifted up a little bit into the side of Jonathan Leach and just collected several other cars.
Jonathan's car right now looking a little bit like Denny Hamlin's car after last week's race, man. It got that back end really skewed out.
Yeah, that thing's crab walking bad. Hopefully he's still got his fast repair. Hopefully he didn't burn it on accident when he came down to serve his penalty.
That is true, yeah. And if he did have to use it then he could be done for the day.
He could.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take a look and see. Look at that thing, crab walk. Jeez.
That looks like the way these things used to be skewed back in the pre-2007 NASCARs.
Oh yeah. No, NASCAR got rid of all that now recently. You saw that, even we talk on that crab walk. It's ideal for if the car is undamaged. It's ideal to give you a ton of side force. But yeah, they don't look good on TV when you see that.
No, I'll give it to him. That cannot be easy to drive right now. He's holding on to it pretty good. They see heavy damage there for a few drivers right in front as well.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys that you see coming down pit road here. And
I'm just interested to see if he's got this fast repair or not.
Who?
Leach.
Don't know.
Don't know if he burned it when he was serving his penalty. Find out as he stops. Yep, he's all good.
There you go.
I mean, I asked over the race chat if there's a benefit to exiting off the turn in the middle or low, and people are kind of like 50-50. Yeah, it's a little faster if you exit low, because it's the second incident of the night where the car on the outside was expected to exit at the wall and didn't and caused an incident.
Yeah, it just seemed like both drivers kind of going for the same real estate, trying to, get every bit that they can.
I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me personally because naturally you want to save some tire. So saving tire means you need to let off on the wheel as soon as possible. So, I mean, it's a second incident tonight where the guy on the outside has exited middle instead of fully, like, opening their arms and going to the wall. But
yeah, I think they're trying to just stay in that dark patch of grip and tire rubber that you see there, because certainly as you get higher, it's less and less, and that thing wants to really come around on you. But I agree, you even then you'd want to still be where you're straightening there. You could be coming off the corner a bit higher.
yeah, saving the right front. I mean, you're cooking that right front if you're trying to hold it down towards the middle.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You know what I find interesting is we're not going to have many takers for pit lane. I know we can't quite make it from here, but, if I'm anywhere in the back half of this field, anything outside the top 10, I would have pitted there to top off, give myself less time on pit road later, assuming we have a green flag run.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But you also got to think, who here still has tires?
Well,
who is down to one set?
There's got to be a couple of guys. I mean, some people have only pit once or twice. I mean, and they had 4 extra tires. So I got to assume there's still a couple guys out here that could have at least 2 sets of tires still.
Yeah. No, it's all strategy and what you think you want. Right now, everybody from 17th on back pitted there. Some guys have come down a second time, but everybody else, like you said, everybody from 1st to 16th stayed out. It'll be interesting to see. We'll here's the other thing too. We haven't had that long of a green flag run. Those guys haven't burned that much off of those tires. It'll be interesting to see if the guys like Chris Wheeler, Robert Lawrence, Jonathan Leach, even those guys back there that took tires under that stop. Actually, did they? No, Wheeler only had a 6.4, 5.4 for Robert.
10.4.
Leach was the first one at 14.9.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's showing 14. Okay, mine's not. Mine would be a little bit off then.
I could be wrong. But we'll wait and see as they come out of turn 4 here. Pace lights off. Everybody's back double wide.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, we didn't have too many laps on these tires either.
No, it's a fair. You don't want to burn a set unless you really need to.
Exactly. All right, pace car dives down low onto pit lane. They'll have a little bit of a drive before we finally get to the start-finish line to go green flag racing once again. We complete lap 49. We're going to have 30 laps to go. Or, sorry, 31 laps to go here in the Ghost Cup Series for the Ghost 200, presented by Fort Worth Screen Printing. They dive down here to turn number 1. They're side by side. The Whiteheads. Can they stay side by side through here? I think Trey should be able to clear him coming off of turn 2. But here comes Christopher Tate. You can't stay side by side too long. He is too fast. Brock throws the block. No, here comes Tate again.
Oh, tries to throw the block on Spees. Luckily, Spees backed off. As you see, Brock is stuck on that outside line. As they are 3 wide, guys. Oh, be careful.
Oh, man. Kyle Rocky Spees, he had to run. Thought about it. Said, no, I'm going to have to back out of this. They're side by side now, battling for second place behind Trey Whitehead. It is Brock Whitehead's brother and Christopher Tate, the newcomer to the league, showing absolute insane speed through the first couple of races as they're side by side as well, a few positions back. But right now, it's a great battle here for that second spot. Looks like Brock Whitehead will get the better. No, he's loose off of turn 2. Here comes Christopher Tate back to his inside here. No, this time off of 2, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Christopher Tate's going to get a great run coming out of 2. We'll see what the 4 does as those 2 are side by side, and the yellow is out. Yellow is out big wreck, it looks like. About 2 or 3 cars involved, back with Wes Fuller. Let's see.
I'm not sure what exactly is going on.
Oh, that was the 39. 39 of Ron Gartner. And Jonathan Leach. Oh, big wreck. Ooh, both cars are going to be pretty beat up right now.
Jonathan Leach was low. Oh, man, the 39 just, I don't know if he just came down on him. This is not the view that we could possibly get that for. Let's... I don't know. I think the 39 came down a little bit on Jonathan. I don't know if Jonathan drove in too deep, though, too late. That could have been a situation as well. So I can see it kind of going either way. Maybe because the 86 had a ton of speed, and maybe the 39 just didn't realize he'd be there at that moment in time.
Yeah, the 39 was real slow coming out of 1. And I think he just didn't anticipate the 86 getting to him, getting side by side with him like he did. And there is a tiny bit of net code. I mean, we're talking like a foot or so between them. I think those guys were coming together either way, but it just really snapped Jonathan Leach's car to the right and really and took the 39 with him. As we have RC back in the booth, what do we say?
Good old net code.
Oh, you caught it there.
I heard him talk about it.
Oh, there we go. That works too.
I cheated a little.
All right, interesting. Look at some of the guys coming down pit lane and some of the guys not coming down pit lane here. What do we think of this?
With where we're at, lap 52, you've run about 10, 12 laps total. I'd come in. You're going to be right now, like we said, you're banking.
I think they can make it to the end here.
It'll be close. They'll have to go. Where are we on? We're on lap 53, 27, 28 laps. Kind of right at the edge of that fuel run.
I think so. I mean, you see our leader decided to come down pit lane.
Yeah, you see everybody right now. The top 6 guys that are out there: Brock Whitehead, Christopher Tate, Daniel Miglin, Vernon Reese, Wally Babb, Ricky Gonzalez, and Mark Gonzalez. Nope, Mark Gonzalez was the first one in. Those top 4 stayed out. I think they're going to be banking on one more yellow. You're probably, like we said, they're probably a lap or so. They're hanging right around where they need to be. If you're the guys that just came in, you know, you can certainly get out there. You can run hard, save a little bit of fuel, but these guys are going to be banking that there's one more yellow in that top 6. And then, because at that point, those guys that came in now, I don't think they're coming back in. I think that unless you get damage, you've made your bed for the night.
Yeah, I think that's clear. You've made your bed at this point in time. You're sticking with what your decision was, and you know some of the guys behind them didn't exactly take tires. I don't think so. I think some of these guys decided not to take tires. Like Mark Gonzalez, Dylan McDonald, and Joe David looked like they were in their pit stalls just long enough to top it off on fuel. So Trey Whitehead, who was your leader, is going to restart back in the 10th position. He'll have to mind his P's and Q's here as they go through everything. About 9 cars he's going to have to get through.
Yeah, and on a fresh set of tires, he'll definitely be able to do it. Those guys that are ahead of him will be on 13-lap-old tires, probably as we come back to the green. Excuse me. And then set of Mr. Feelgoods this late in the race. You know, if you're confident on what you can do for fuel, you're going to be ready to have a good night here, and this may be the call. Who knows? You know, we've seen some yellows, some quick yellows. We've seen about 10 or so lap-long runs before we see a yellow. It's all going to depend on how this finishes out. If those top 6 are lucky, get a quick yellow, get a long yellow, they're going to drag a lot of people back in if they pit. If they get a quick yellow, it's definitely going to favor the guys that just came in and either topped off or took 4 or 2 tires.
Of course, absolutely. I appreciate Stephen Ford. Thanks for jumping in our chat here, asking how the threat level midnight crew guys are looking pretty good. Wally Babb currently in the 6th position. Let's see. Kyle Rocket Speeds is down in 14th and Jeffrey Vickery in 16th, but we saw those 2 drivers coming down pit lane and pitting, getting some fuel tires. They've been running up front for quite a while as well. So team overall running pretty good, I think. Let's see. I know I missed somebody on that team.
Be the 4 of
and
Miglin sitting in
there you
third
go.
place.
There you go. Okay, so looking pretty good overall. Getting ready to go green flag racing once again. The pace car is getting ready to come down pit lane as they're coming off turn 4 here. Got a little too excited, a little too quickly there. Just ready for these guys to get going with 25 laps to go here.
Yeah, Whitehead
26,
really backed off of that pace car. We'll see what happens. I hear a couple guys talking in chat. But Brock Whitehead, Christopher Tate going to lead the field down as the pace car's off. Got to wait on this green flag. It's a long one here as they get ready to go. Green flag's up in the air. The 31 of Whitehead gets a great launch, as does Christopher Tate, who's had some great starts all night. He's in that outside lane. Let's see what he can do. If he can once again get that great run coming out of 1 on that high line, as they're 3 wide behind him as guys are fighting for position. The 33 stuck on the outside 3 wide.
Oh, man, they're both loose there off of turn number 2, but they're going to keep it straight. The battle's behind them, but no, look at the great run for Brock Whitehead. I thought for sure Tate might have him beat down the front stretch, or the back stretch.
Yeah, Whitehead did a great job side drafting as Christopher Tate backs off. Whitehead gets the lead as he's going to come lead them out of turn 3, as you see side by side for third place between Miglin and Gonzalez. As right now, Christopher Tate gets a little high.
Oh, Wally Babb's in the wall. He comes down. That was the 99 of Wally Babb off of turn number 4. Got into the wall. Don't know if he made contact with the 6 of Chris Wheeler, or Chris was able to get around him. It looks like the side of Chris's car is looking pretty good. But, man, here it is. Battle for second place. Battle for third. They're all right on top of each other here as they go through turn number 2.
They are. Top 3 have broken out. 1, 2, 3. The 48 now of Gonzalez is able to break free of the 00 of Reese, as Reese is now stuck side by side with Gonzalez. As they go down the straightaway, there's a lot of help on that inside line with the 33 charging hard coming into 3, as there's a big checkup behind as guys are a little bit of contact back there. Seems like everybody sorted themselves out as now the top 5 have broken away. Trey Whitehead follows suit in 6th, 7th, and now the battle is on for 8th between McDonald and Wheeler.
I think just back there you saw the 60 get into the wall there off of turn number 4. He's going to give him that spot where he is at the moment. That was the 60 of Zach Woods. Trey Whitehead trying to make his way back up front, but man, look at this. We got ourselves a battle for the lead now. Christopher Tate all over the back bumper there of Brock Whitehead.
He is. He got a little bit high coming out of 1, but he got a great run as, oh my gosh, look at the 48 of Gonzalez. Great run coming at it too. Kind of got checked up there as the leaders are now side by side. Christopher Tate onto the inside of Whitehead as they go side by side. As whoa, there's a 4 up high.
Man,
these guys are giving it all they've got.
That 31 gave the 54 no room whatsoever going down into turn number 3. It didn't matter. Tate was able to take the lead away from him, and he walks away a little bit through 3 and 4.
He is, and both those guys are on the same sets of tires. But you just see right now, Tate is able to get such a good run coming out of the exit of those corners that he was able to use that advantage, get him on the straightaway coming out of in 3, and now leads the field back single file as, the 00 and the 38 make a little bit of contact back there. Nothing too bad. And everybody's back single
to the
file.
inside. Chris Wheeler is going to go right up behind him. Those 2 forwards going to push each other down the backstretch, try to clear that 00 Vernon Reese.
Yeah, you got 2 as you see 00 goes way up high in 3, just misjudged that entry as he's going to get passed by about 3 or 4 more cars. 3 wide as they enter into 4, as Vickery, it looks like, smartly backs out of that. Still 2 wide up there, yeah. Hey, contact! That was great car control between those guys as Kyle Speed's going to try and take advantage of McDonald and get underneath him. But McDonald's going to still have help with the 6 ahead of him, and he's going to be able to stay side by side with Speeds. But that was some incredible driving, and how they kept it going without those cars spinning around 180 degrees is remarkable. Yeah, he may still have a faster pair. We'll see what happens there if he's able to get back out and not lose a lap. But up front, you see the front 5 have kind of spread themselves out a little bit. Daniel Miglin's really trying to use that outside line to get a run on the 31 of Brock Whitehead, who's fallen back. We talked about him being on those older tires. He's got 19 laps on those things right now versus Mark Gonzalez and Trey Whitehead ahead of him have 7 and 8 laps respectively. Christopher Tate, though, see if he can hold him off. Yeah, he's in a good spot right now. He's just kind of riding behind Whitehead, seeing if Whitehead's going to make a move. As he's got to be careful because Brock got a great run coming out of 2 here. They're going to be nose to tail. And you see Trey Whitehead chases down Christopher Tate to the apron as they dive back up. Classic Indy Snake as the top 5 have broken away here as we have RC jump back in the booth.
Oh, Mr. Dylan McDonald caught the bad end of a bad push from Mr. 34 Robert Lawrence on the front stretch.
Yeah, we just happened to be watching right as it happened. Actually, perfect timing there. You see the 34 was just trying to push Chris Wheeler, and it just turned the 6 sideways into the 38.
Yeah, man, I have flashbacks of, I think, Monday night. A push, and then hooked in the right rear, and wrecking. That sounds vaguely familiar.
Oh boy, I almost made it through that too. If I just gone to the high side behind a driver, I didn't.
Oh,
They made contact! There's
between the leaders.
contact. Trey Whitehead and Christopher Tate.
Tate's in the grass. He's fallen back. He's lost 3 spots now, and he's going to lose a 4th before the entry into 3.
Man, these drivers are all over each other right now. No room being given with 19 coming to 18 laps to go.
Yeah. Christopher Tate got the bad end of the stick there, and he just couldn't do anything. Trey Whitehead took advantage of it. You know, I haven't had a chance to go back and look whether it was a side draft gone wrong or what. But right now, Trey Whitehead is in the lead with his brother, Brock Whitehead, in second, fighting hard with Miglin on that outside line.
It was a very aggressive side draft gone wrong.
Jump back to that one more time. Actually, we'll get it back here so that everybody can see from our fantastic chopper cam.
And Boss Man has disconnected.
Aw.
Yeah, I think he got some more heavy damage. He was out of fast repairs.
But here's the interesting thing. I'm looking at Tate's car right now. It's clean. He doesn't have any damage on that thing from the incident. Maybe a little bit on the door, but nothing that's going to stop him as he's already back up to 3rd place.
Yeah, but I'd say this. Look at that car right behind him trying to make a pass on the 4. That's the 34 of Robert Lawrence. We know he's probably still not very happy with that 54. Don't know if there was anything else exchanged afterwards. Whoa!
Oh,
the 54 gets into Mark Gonzalez. Oh,
Big
no.
wreck.
He saves. I mean, everybody gets around him. Great job on Mark for holding his brakes there. If he didn't hold his brakes, that would have taken out 3 or 4 more cars.
Yeah, that looked like maybe a little bit of netcode there. Oh, the 38. No! The 28 of Charles Whitehead got into the wall trying to get around the 24 of Gonzalez.
This time, let's actually jump to the view that I want. Let's see. Actually, let's go to the far chase right here.
A little bit of netcode, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, it was netcode, but the 54 slipped up a little bit off that turn, I think, and got into the 24.
Yeah, those guys were fighting hard for that spot. And like Greg had been talking about before, seeing that's now, the 3rd time that we've had an incident from guys trying to hold that middle lane off that high line and not go all the way up to the wall.
Yeah, and you're seeing just not enough room between these drivers. It's a wide racetrack, but there's only one spot you want to be in, and it's on the bottom there. And when everybody's fighting for it, those are the situations that come up.
And speaking of Greg Wood, What do we have?
Here. I'm not going to give anybody a penalty on that. I mean, the 54 did drive in there, but he was there well before the turn. It just pushed up a little bit, racing deal.
Yeah, that's about what we concluded up here. It looked like that was just definitely netcode made it worse because that should not have flung the 24 the way it did. But
At least he actually touched this time. It wasn't
yeah.
just strictly netcode.
Yeah, at least there was actual contact to be made. And you can tell, yeah, the 54 just, that part of the racetrack, it's gonna get loose, honestly, and especially when you got a car right above you where the 24 was at. And again, nothing wrong. Either driver did. I mean, just both racing hard with 16, 17 laps to go.
This is going to be fun watching the 54 behind the 33.
So you see him come down pit road here.
Yeah.
Everybody's coming back in.
Got a set of tires. Go ahead and use it. Looks like the 14 of Christian Roos is actually going to go ahead and stay out here.
He is. I don't know if he's got tires left, but like we talked on, that was huge for Brock Whitehead. He got a long enough run that he was able to stay out. He came in second place onto pit road, and the rest of the field comes with him.
Yeah, well, Trey
Aside for
Whitehead's
Kyle
gonna
Gardner.
Be out of tires possibly here. You see the Ford slipped through his pit box a little bit. He had to back it up. See the 28 a little further back as well, slipping through his pit box. That's one of those things. It's hard to really hit your marks on pit lane here. And we'll have to see who gets out. You see Christopher Tate's out. Here comes Trey Whitehead. Brock looks like he should beat him. No, he didn't get off his pit box well enough. Trey's going to beat him off pit lane.
Yeah, Trey's going to beat him. Brock did a good job, though, but this pit lane, like you talked on, it's a tough one to get onto, and it's a tough one to get off because these pit boxes are so slick that it's real easy, and especially on hot, worn tires, getting into your box can be treacherous, and then getting out with no heat in those tires, they love to just sit and spin, so you got to really be careful. And that was the advantage that Trey had versus Brock. That early pit box, kind of came back and bit him a little bit.
It did
Brock. So,
all right, everybody. Just while we finish up on this caution break, we're all going to take a little bit of a break for just a moment. Quick little commercial break for everybody. Once again, thanks to Premiere and those who do all the graphics here at ESPN. We'll be right back, everybody. All right, thanks again to those at Premier Racing Setups, alongside with the gentlemen who do all the fine digital work we have here at the Esports Broadcasting Network. We've got pace lights are off, getting ready to go green flag racing. We're gonna have 13 laps to go. Your front row is Christian Roos and Kyle Gardner, both on about 10 lap older tires than everybody else, if you factor in some of these caution laps. So we'll expect to see how these guys on the fresh tires can get around these guys, really, and just manage that well.
Yeah, Roos and Gartner kind of been having a little bit of trouble lately, but a little bit of pit strategy gets them up on the front row here, and we're going to see what the Whitehead brothers will do, see who's the better pusher in the situation.
All right, getting ready to go green flag racing once again. You see the cars coming across. We're getting ready. Hold on just a moment. And there it is, green flag racing once again. We're going to have just a few laps to go here in the Ghost Cup Series. Christian Roos currently your leader. Kyle Gardner in second. We got a pack of wild, hungry dogs right behind him with fresh tires.
Yeah, the 33 did a great job of pushing Roos. But up that middle line on a restart just seems to get a little better pushes. You see the 54 diving way low to take him 3 wide. There goes the 34 trying to look outside. Big check up there as the 14 throws a block. 54 still down on the bottom. 33 is going to try and side draft, get back up to that line. Let's see how they do here as they're 3 wide through the middle of 3.
Oh no, 54 comes
again.
up a little bit. More contact. They do a great job. They save it though. Wow.
That was a great job saving that thing.
This time no!
54.
No, they do it again!
Got loose there.
Here comes the 4, Daniel Miglin.
Oh, boy, these guys are turning the intensity up to 10.
I do not believe how they made it through there. Wow, what fantastic racing there.
Yeah, these guys have done real well. As you see, the front 3, front 4, front 5, 6... have now kind of gone single file, and as I say that...
Oh, they're wrecking big time behind.
Run. Oh, there they are, way in the back. Yep.
Oh!
00.
Oh, there goes a 60
like
again.
3-4 cars, yeah. That involved the 00 Vernon Reese. Chris Wheeler, I think, got caught up in that as well. Mod Spa, I think, is good. He may have had a little bit of damage there. I know he was a little bit further back. Yeah, as you just see, a little bit of contact in the wrong place. Looks like it causes that incident.
That's exactly what happens right there. Looks like the 00 comes up, doesn't realize Kyle Rocket Speeds is there, and it just, Chris Wheeler, heavy contact for him. You see the 82. I don't know if, I thought I saw maybe, was it Alfred Denny involved in that one as well? No,
he made it through.
No, he made it
he's
through.
good.
It was a different black front end car that was just demolished in that as well.
It would be Woods, the 83 of David. Got caught in that too.
All right, Mr. RC, what we're looking at here?
I was just curious how y'all called it. Yeah, I mean, Kyle just went for a spot that, I mean, there's no way iRacing spotter could have called it that quick to let the 00 know that the 36 was there.
Yeah, I agree. That's one of those tough. You see a hole, you fill the hole. As you fill the hole, the guy tries to block the hole, and fender meet fender, and front bumper meet wall.
Well, Greg, I ask you this now. What do you think about this whole situation with how did they make it through all that? But right beforehand with Tate and Whitehead battling hard there.
That's the reason why I jumped back in the booth, just to hear you all commentate on it, because I was watching them beat the crap out of each other. I was like, oh god, here we go. And it was fun to watch. I'm surprised that they kept it straight, but I mean, they were just door banging each other, and it was great.
Oh right, let's see. Oh, I thought Robert was out of the race. I thought he was in the.
I thought so too. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah, I was looking at him there. I just said, hey, we'll bring you in just a moment. But he's up here to the 5th spot. He's right next to Christopher Tate, his best friend.
Yeah, it's going to be a fight with those guys, and you've seen them fighting hard all night. Everybody's made their bed though. As Gardner actually came in, I think he's taking a set of tires right now. No, did he have?
Make sure you put Robert back in his group. He's in the waiting room.
Yeah, no, but I didn't put him down there. He brought himself down. I thought that's what he was doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it looks like Kyle Gardner might have had connection issue.
Ooh, that's unfortunate for Kyle. We've actually seen that happen more than once to Gardner before this season. So here we are. Currently, we've got 10 laps to go. We're going to have 9. Looks like we're not still looks like we should have 8 laps to go then once we go green flag racing. I see these drivers, they're eager to go green flag racing already. They're trying to line up side by side, even though we still have at least another lap to complete.
Yeah, they're just having fun. You know, you're going to have the Whitehead brothers up on this front row. We've seen them there quite a few times, and now it's going to be Miglin and Christopher Tate sitting in that second row. It'll be interesting to see between them, you know, where the best push is going to come from. We've seen that outside lane, so it'll be interesting to see where Brock Whitehead, which lane he decides to take. It seems the guys are able to drive a little bit deeper into 2, hold a little bit, you know, hold the throttle in a little bit longer through the center of that corner to really get a good run off, as it looks like Brock takes the bottom, Trey takes the top.
This is interesting, you know. So here's kind of what I would do. I think in my decision, I don't disagree with Brock, but the reason why I would have gone with taking the high side is we've seen how aggressive and how quick Christopher Tate has been. I'd want him pushing me. Not to say that Daniel Miglin isn't. Daniel's also very quick, but Daniel is just as aggressive as these 2 guys in front of him. He could be a guy taking you 3 wide going into turn 1. I mean, I'm just saying, I mean, it's hard. That's what's going to happen is if he wins, it's the right decision. If he loses, it's the wrong decision. I mean, I think that's just nothing more you can do.
No, and it's going to be tough, especially with this. But I kind of like, even though we've seen that better run off the middle, being this late in the race, having that bottom line, I think is going to be beneficial for him, because you got to watch, like you said, Christopher Tate is aggressive. If Tate gets a chance, I could see Tate either jump into the middle or jump into the top, which is going to put Trey Whitehead in a 3-wide scenario where he's not going to want to be, because he can either come off in the middle in that kind of preferred lane, or he's going to get stuck up on that top line, and he could really be in trouble there if that happens, because there's no grip up there.
It's nice to see as well as Ricky Gonzalez running up there in the 6th position. Hasn't always been able to make it some of these races due to some work issues, and showing some nice speed at what is considered a crown jewel, of course. And you see Robert Lawrence back there in 5th. Don't take his name out of it just yet. He's been fast all season long. Pace cars coming down pit lane. Greg, take us away for what we hope to be our final restart.
Yeah, the Whitehead brothers sitting side by side. Brock on the inside, Trey on the outside. You see the 54 is already to the back bumper of that 33. Green flag is out. There's going to be a huge push for Tate on that outside line as Miglin finally gets to the back bumper. You're going to see Tate use that outside line. Let's see if he's able to pull ahead. And no, he's not. Brock does a great job on that inside line, holding even with his brother as they dive down into 2. Now you're
33's loose. He makes contact with his own brother. They make it through.
Oh, there's a little bit more contact back there. That was a rough hit for the 33. As you see, the 34 of Robert Lawrence gets to the outside of Christopher Tate.
Wow.
A little bit of contact before, but these guys are back fighting hard.
Let's see what happens here. I'd be worried if I was Daniel Miglin. I'd give these 2 guys a little bit of room in front of me. Not sure what might happen. But, man, Christopher Tate's got a big run. He's going to go. He's going to use it off of turn 4. The 31 all the way to the bottom trying to ruin his draft. Oh, here comes the 34 on the outside.
Yeah, Robert Lawrence got a great run coming out of 4. He's going to get to the back bumper of Brock. And now you look at that. Robert Lawrence went from 3rd, now up to 2nd. And here comes Daniel Miglin going from 4th, fighting for 3rd. He's going to get a good run on the exit here. And that was all set up by the draft. And look at Robert Lawrence. I think Brock's got a little bit of damage as he throws a huge block. I think Brock's got a little bit of damage, which is hurting his top speed. But if you look at Lawrence, he's got a little bit of that front end damage still. He never used that fast repair. And this is pulling that whole group from 5th to 8th back up into play. And these guys are all together as the 34 gets loose.
Oh, man.
Still loose going down the front stretch.
He's going to lose a ton of time here. This puts Daniel Miglin in the 2nd. It'll be a side-by-side battle for 3rd between the 54 and the 34. 34 is going to have to give it up here.
Yeah, he cleared him. As now, big gaggle of cars, 3 wide there for his 2nd. As the front 4 are starting to pull and break away. As 5th through 8th and 9th are all sitting fighting side by side. Look at that. Oh, Christopher Tate gets up into the wall.
Ah, man, he just dirt tracked that thing off of there. I thought for sure he had hit it. He didn't. I don't know if he did for sure. But that allows Robert Lawrence to get to his inside, make the pass. Oh, a lot of cars around. Here comes Ricky Gonzalez and a 21 of Jeffrey Vickery as well. Kyle Rocket Speeds is behind him.
Yeah, they're all fighting there hard. This is exactly what Brock is looking for. Miglin's trying to get to that back bumper. He's sitting about 3/10, sitting now about 3 car lengths off of that. But and the caution is out. Caution is out. It looks like maybe Corvo. Oh, Corvo stuck in the wall.
Oh yeah, that thing looked like it was. That thing looked like it was an actual wreck here because that thing was stuck in the wall.
Yeah, that car. We'll take a look here as we get the replay pulled up. But that, that was tough. A little bit of contact elsewhere, and as you see the replay get pulled up here.
That's not it. That's the wrong one.
Little too far.
A little too far, everybody. There you go.
So as they come here, fighting, coming into, this is back in 3 and 4 right there.
Oh, nowhere to go.
The 99. Yeah, he had nowhere to go. And sadly, the iRacing physics did him dirty and just got him stuck in the wall versus letting him be able to bounce out of there. That's going to put him 1 lap down now as he
at the very least
has to wait on that toe.
Various ways.
Say it again.
Who we got, Greg?
There you go.
You drive her in super deep and you push up and hit somebody and you get stuck in the wall. It's like Parma.
That's what happened then. Okay then. The 54 coming down pit lane.
He drove her in super deep.
No, he's not. I decided to throw us off a little bit there.
Let's see how that car looks.
I think it looks pretty okay. Greg, is this going to count as a green-white checkered?
It's going to be close. Actually, yeah, it should be. It might not be an overtime green-white checkered, but it'll be a green-white checkered through iRacing for the final end. We only get 2 green-white checkers, so we'll see if this uses one of them. It shouldn't use one of them.
Yeah, it would have depended when they caught that pace car. It'll be close.
All right. Well, while we figure this all out, let's go ahead and we'll go through our running order real quick. Brock Whitehead currently your leader. Daniel Miglin in second. Robert Lawrence in third. Christopher Tate is in fourth. Jeffrey Vickery in fifth. Ricky Gonzalez, so far your biggest mover of the race, up 19 spots in sixth. Alfred Denny's here in seventh. Kyle Rocket Speeds in eighth. Bryce Kobler in ninth. And then Nicholas Panicco is going to round out your top 10.
In 11th place is the 28 of Charles Whitehead with Christian Roos. And then Vernon Reese sitting in 13th. Wes Fuller in 14th. Trey Whitehead is back to 15th right now in that 33 car. He came in, and I think he used a fast repair. So he might be good. He should be good to go to the end. He was only in there for about second and a half. 16th place, Wally Babb. 17th, Kyle Gartner. 18th, Zachary Wood. 19th, David Modspa, the last car on the lead lap. And 20th is Mike Corvo, the last car on track.
All right, we should be. I don't know if we want to go just yet. I guess we'll see. I know these drivers are ready for it if we want to go. Look at this.
Yeah, they're ready. They know how intense these final few laps are going to be. As the pace lights are off, we're going green this time.
There will be 2 laps to go.
It is, and we talked before. We've moved that intensity dial from 1 to 2. We went up to 5 around lap 40. Now we're sitting at about, what would you say, 12, 14, somewhere up there?
That's a pretty reasonable number. It's going to get very intense right now. I'm excited. You got some aggressive drivers out here. Brock, Daniel, Robert, these have all 3 drivers who have been so fast this year and struggled to find victory lane when they needed it.
They have, and it's going to be interesting with these pushes because the 34 of Robert Lawrence, we've seen him be fast, but we haven't seen anybody be able to dive out and put a 3-wide run really anywhere outside of turn 2 when the leaders have an issue. And I'm going to be interested to see if somebody's going to push who is going to push that little bit too far and see who can make it stick and who's going to be taking this wheel home with the car on the record.
I said, bring the wheel home or bring the trophy home.
There you go. And right now with 3 laps to go, that's exactly what these guys are thinking.
So far, of your top 7 drivers, only one of them has won a race so far this season, and that is Christopher Tate. Brock did, however, win his dual race earlier to start the inaugural season. Ford Mustang pace cars coming down pit lane. These guys are all lined up side by side. 19 drivers still currently on the lead lap. We're going to have 2 laps to go to complete the Ghost 200, presented by Fort Worth Screen Printing. Here it is. Brock Whitehead's got himself a pretty nice lead here, but Daniel Miglin is fighting hard on the outside. Don't know if he's going to be able to clear him or not.
He's going to try, and you see Christopher Tate looking at that inside line. Thought about making it 3 wide, just didn't get there in time. As you see Whitehead and Miglin really fighting hard coming out of 2. Whitehead's got the lead on that bottom line, but Miglin's got the help of Christopher Tate up there, as well as the, who's that, the 21 of Vickery?
Yes, it is. Here they are, side by side, going down here into turn number 3. We're going to have less than 2 laps to go so far. Can Brock drive it in deep enough?
They're going to be 3 wide.
3 wide for second. It's exactly what Brock Whitehead needs. There's now side by side for second place. Brock to the lead as they come off of turn number 4.
This isn't what he's going to want to see, though, is Christopher Tate getting a big draft coming behind him, and he's got the 4 of Miglin riding that high line. Let's see if Brock can get that block up in time, and he does. And you see here comes the 34 of Robert Lawrence. The 54 of Tate gets a great run coming out of 2, pinching down on Brock Whitehead. And you're going to see Christopher Tate get the nose out in front and does just get it ahead of Whitehead as they come out of 2 going down
he's loose off of turn 2, though. Can Brock use this to have a big run? They're almost wrecking behind. It was his brother Trey there. What kind of pushes the 31 needs to win this race? Is he going to use the bumper? He's going to use it there. Wow, he uses the bumper.
34. That was a beautiful push. He got the 54 in deeper than he wanted, and they're wrecking behind, but it's not going to bring out the yellow, I don't think.
Here it is.
As what kind of flag is out?
Oh, they're wrecking behind. There goes Alfred Denny. It's a battle for the win.
It's going to be Brock Whitehead. I think
Can he do it? They make contact.
Oh, no. As they wreck across the line.
I think Christopher Tate won that one.
I think he did. That was, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
He did everything he could to slow down Whitehead there on that front stretch. And those guys got together. And let's go back and take a look at that finish. There's a couple other wrecks there, too.
A couple? But, I think we had plenty right there.
That last lap is always full of excitement here at Indianapolis.
Oh, they made contact right here, so that's not gonna quite do it for us.
Let's take a look as we have Greg Wood here in the booth with us.
Tate by a foot.
Jeez.
Wow. By a foot after Brock sends him into turn 3.
I thought for sure Brock had it. I mean, he did a great job of trying to win that race.
He tried. He got a little bit loose trying to throw trying to pressure the 54 a little bit to dive lower and lose that side draft. But that is an incredible picture. That shows just how close. And you see where the transponder is on these cars is right about where that center number is, kind of right between that and the rear window. And you just see how that number of Tate, even though that car is sideways, it kind of actually helped him a little bit. It got that back end a little bit further ahead on Whitehead and got that over the line to get him the win.
I'm stunned with that type of finish.
That was fantastic racing there at the end. And that you saw Whitehead really throw, and he pushed Tate deep into 3, a lot deeper than Tate wanted to go. You saw him get up to the top, and he hit the brakes trying to slow that car down, and that's how Whitehead got such a great run. But man, Tate did a beautiful job getting a straight run coming out of 4, getting the draft. As they got near the pit entry, he was able to dive down low, get that side draft, and he kept Brock Whitehead right where he wanted. And it just kind of let Tate get and really utilize that side draft to pull the front of that car ahead. And that was beautifully done.
All right, it's time to bring in our third place finisher of the day. Should be the number 4 of Daniel Miglin. Daniel Miglin, this is Angel and Greg in the ESBN broadcast booth. Buddy, you got us?
Yeah, I forgot I finished top 3.
Was it too wild of a finish? I don't know. I felt a little calm there at the end.
Man, it got... I got to watch it again. I don't even fully comprehend what happened just yet. I got passed by the 34 and the 54 going into that final lap, and I thought that was it, but I just stayed in it and waited to see what happened.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a wild finish right there to the end. Everybody was fighting as hard as they could. I mean, was there anything else you could have done there coming off of turn 4 maybe to get a run at these guys in front of you, or were they just that much further ahead at the moment?
Where it really went wrong for me was turn 2. Turn 2 on the lap, like coming off of the caution. I just got way too wide, had to get way off the gas. And then from there, I knew I was just playing catch up and hoping for the best.
Man, that was that was exciting, Dan. What a great race, and you can come home with the top 3 nonetheless. So a good point stay, and really turning around some of this bad luck that you've had these last couple of weeks.
Has it been that bad?
I feel
man.
like you've had a couple of races that you've had some bad luck in here. I mean, we always know you run up front, so I mean, it was wow, it was a great one. Dan, I'm sure you got a couple people you'd like to thank before we let you celebrate this top 3 finish.
Thanks, Emily. Thanks, Leo. Love you guys. Hope you're both asleep.
All right, Dan. Well, congratulations there on your podium finish. Go ahead and enjoy it, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, so that was your third place finisher there, Daniel Miglin. Time to go ahead and bring in Brock Whitehead, who I'm probably sure doesn't want to talk to us at this point after another podium finish. Brock, I know.
Whitehead.
Oh, sorry about that, Greg.
Brock Whitehead, Greg McConey up in the ESBN booth. Man, that was an incredible race you guys put on here tonight. Tell us about your night.
Yeah, an amazing night again. A lot of second place finishes already. It's getting kind of insane, but yeah, with the restart with Trey on my outside, he got loose and it gave me a little damage. And me and Dan were gone. It would have been a race. Then we got that late race caution for the green white checkered, and it went from there. Tate got in front of me. I shoved him down the back stretch, kind of bumped him up, and I thought it was over from there. I thought I had it. I looked in my rearview mirror, and they were 3 wide. I was really happy, and I came out of that last turn and blocked him high, blocked him low. He got lower, and I couldn't. He was already down. I would have wrecked the both of us, and we both probably wouldn't be sitting in the top 3 right now. But yeah, an amazing race. I think if we wouldn't have bumped, I probably would have barely nudged him out if anything. But yeah, good race again, and hopefully, maybe in a couple weeks or next week, I can get one more position.
Yeah, you were up front all night, and you absolutely were one of the guys to beat here. Tell us a little bit about the draft and how all of that was affecting you guys out here, especially in the corners.
Yeah, the draft was insane. It's insane in these cars compared to really the next gen. These cars draft so much, and you get that draft going down the straightaway, and you gotta let off heavy going into the turn, or you're gonna get into the wall because it's so tight. And then coming out of the turn again, you're gonna have to lift off if you're right on that person's bumper because it's gonna make you tight. And then just the runs down the front and back stretch were crazy with the draft, and that's basically could say draft basically loses and wins races.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that, how are you guys with those tires, man? I know we heard guys complaining earlier on how tight this thing was on entry. Did that play? I know, and I'll tie it into your push of the 54 there at the end. How much was those tires affecting you so late in that run?
Oh yeah, those tires I took on the second to last caution because I stayed out when I think everybody but 7 or 6 people went in. I took him and knew that I had the fresher tires. So did Tate and most people back behind me. And yeah, those fresh tires make a huge difference as I was able to get on Tate's back bumper and shove him in the 3 and thought I had it and just came up real short. And yeah, it's just tires were great. I didn't really feel the tightness in the car really at all. I was good at saving the tires going into the turns and able to keep it down. So
yeah, well, once again, Tate, you're on the podium in second place. I know it wasn't the win you wanted, but it was a fantastic photo finish. I thought you had it there when I saw you push Tate in going into 3. I thought you had it, and I know you said you did too. But congratulations again on your second place here tonight. Is there anybody you got to thank?
yeah, I'd like to thank Ryan Sizemore for letting me be on his team. He's an amazing team owner. He jumps in the chat with us almost every Wednesday. And then I want to thank Noah's team for working with us there a little bit. And I want to thank Fresh Juice iRacing Designs is the one that painted this car. I ran it last week. I had such good luck with this car, I guess. But, I guess you can call it kind of bad luck because I came up second a lot with this car. I'd like to thank y'all for putting the broadcast on. Chris for doing the league and everybody that races and just sort of keeps the racing clean and hard. And thanks Race Control for able to control this race.
Sounds good, Brock. Once again, congratulations on second place. Another tough finish. Hopefully next week you're one spot higher and taking the trophy home.
Yeah, hopefully.
Good luck, man.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that was your second place finisher, Rock Whitehead. We're going to go ahead and bring in a now 3-time winner in the Ghost Cup Series, Christopher Tate. Chris, this is Angel and Greg here in the ESBN broadcast booth. You got us, buddy?
Yes, sir. I got y'all.
Man, well, what has been another fantastic finish here in the Ghost Cup Series that you've had the pleasure to be a part of. Did not come without some intense racing there, really to the last half of the race. How did you manage that as you did and be able to make it still home with the victory?
First off, I don't think I've ever been like this hyped up about a win. I think it's probably the first time I've ever been shaking after a race. But that was absolutely wild. It started pretty much, I tried getting the stage points in the first stage, and I had that run in with the 34 in second stage, and then I was kind of new. I might as well just kind of hang out in the back. I wasn't going to get stage points that race or that stage, so I just kind of rode in the back, saved my tires, and then came in for fuel, and then to get me back, get my track position back, and I really just started trying to work from there. And Brock, Trey, all of them ran a hell of a race. I really thought Brock was gonna get me there at the line. He definitely had me getting in a 3, and I don't know where that run came from, and it just worked out the way it did, I guess. I don't know, but I cannot believe it.
Yeah, I can tell the difference in your voice from today, from the last, the other win that I got to broadcast. So it's a big difference, man. It's always nice when you can really, enjoy such a win like that. And it was hard fought, I know maybe some of these guys aren't too pleased with you coming in and winning the 3 times that you have, but I had to say you did not go out there and dominate this one. You really had to fight your way through this one. So I appreciate it. We appreciate it, obviously, getting to see a fantastic race you get to put on for everybody. I'm sure you got a couple people we'd like to thank before we let you go here.
Yeah, first off, I just want to thank Great Marketing, Great Motorsports, and all my buddies over there. Help me get better every day. Chris Hupka for allowing me to come in here, and everyone else allowing me as well. And I want to thank you guys for putting it on the broadcast. Honestly, yeah, everyone does racing. Most of the time it's really clean racing. It's fun. Like today was hard fought, and I really honestly probably did not deserve to win this, but just one of those, I mean, perfect example of never giving up. So proud I got it, and looking forward to getting some more, chasing that top 16.
Yes, sir. Well, congratulations, and we'll see you next week at Rockingham for
Thank you.
throwback
We'll see you.
race. Yeah, next week's gonna be exciting. Getting to go to Rockingham, such a legendary, infamous racetrack, and getting to see the throwback paint schemes that some of these drivers are probably gonna be putting on for us, because they've got good paint schemes, as you mentioned. I can only imagine what the throwbacks are gonna be.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be interested to tune in and see how those cars all look. Because if it's anything like what I've seen, these 2 races that I've been here, you are going to be in for a treat with what these guys will pull out.
We're going to go ahead and go through our final race results for today. You're going to have your winner we just finished speaking to, Christopher Tate in the number 54. Brock Whitehead in second, another Cinderella finish for him, as he would call it. Daniel Miglin in third. Ricky Gonzalez, who's going to actually tie Christopher Tate for being the ESBN biggest movers of the race, up 21 spots from the original starting spots. Kyle Rocket Speeds comes home top 5. Bryce Kobler in 6th. Trey Whitehead recovers for 7th. Christian Roos in 8th. Charles Whitehead in 9th. And Kyle Gardner is going to round out the top 10.
In 11th place, Zachary Woods, followed in 12th by Wally Babb. Vernon Reese takes home 13th. David Modspa in 14th. And Alfred Denny rounds out your top 15. Wes Fuller comes in 16th. Robert Lawrence, after a rough finish to that race, comes home in 17th. Nicholas Panico comes home in 18th. Jeffrey Vickery in 19th, the last car on the lead lap. And then Mike Corvo comes home in 20th, 1 lap down.
Chris Woodard finished 21st. Joe David in 22nd. Mark Gonzalez in 23rd. Jonathan Leach, the boss man, in 24th. Dylan McDonald's 25th. Ron Gardner 26th. And the man who runs the show, Chris Hupka, did not get to start the race. Well, after what was a fantastic race, nothing short of the greatness that is deserved by this infamous speedway here in Indianapolis, Indiana. This was the Ghost 200 on the Ghost Cup Series, presented by Fort Worth Screen Printing from the ESBN broadcast booth. My broadcasting partner, Greg McConey, and myself, Angel Santiago. Thank you, everybody, and have a great evening.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you later.